Yeah! Welcome everybody to the One Shot Killers podcast. I'm your host, with your co-host, with your number, Style, Jojo Valvano. So how you doing?
I'm doing great, good brother. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Welcome to the lounge, everybody. All right, yeah.
Where's Brock at, man?
Bro, yes, sir. This is some groovy shit we got going on here today. But, bro, before we get into the smoke, I got to say I'm excited. I'm excited for today's show because a pay-per-view, Joseph, that we thought was going to be doo-doo. It was going to be cheeks, or you weren't going to want to watch it, bro. All Elite Wrestling became All Elite Murder.
In like every match almost. Like you got Statlander and Willow Nightingale freaking murdering each other in a Chicago street fight, bro. These two women, like, bro, I don't know where to begin with them. Like what they did.
Beat the absolute dog piss out of each other, being chained together. Chris Statlander going for attack straight on the cooch. Bro, all kinds of shit was going on in this fucking finasco. But when Chris Statlander chucked her off the fucking stage, bro, I'm like, what the fuck? This was your best friend.
And a tube. Willow had a tube, a freaking light tube, and literally smashed in front of her freaking stat. All you see is and she fell back, bro.
And bro, this was her best friend at one time, and now these women don't give a fuck. But one thing that I liked when they were chained together is literally after a match like this, these two, friends or enemies, will always be chained together.
I loved how she grabbed the chain and she wrapped it around her, and they went from a Chicago street fight to a dog collar match.
Like, and bro, it looks so good.
And like, dude, you literally, Willow was sticking something in her freaking forehead in Stat and literally just freaking scraping it. And this woman, oh my god, this thing keeps falling. She was literally just like scraping in her face, bro. And then this girl was cut. You just see it gushing out. I'm like, this is the shit I like. This is my type of shit.
And just a fucking brutal match. And then another favorite on this show was MJF versus Daniel Garcia. And I don't know if you've seen it, bro. MJF, he whooped that boy's ass.
Like, Chicago was not on MJF's side. They wanted Garcia.
Oh, no, they booed the fuck out of him out the arena. But, you know, the former Ring of Honor peer champion, bro, everybody was backing this man. Daniel Garcia must have felt like John Cena in this match because that whole crowd wanted him. But, bro, it was the low blow behind the ref's back, all right? And I love this because MJF didn't do anything fancy, all right? He beat his ass in a technical wrestling match. And then when the ref didn't see it coming, and neither did Daniel, hit right to his dick.
And then he pinned him in the most devastating move in all the professional wrestling. The fruit roll. And then Garcia beat the shit out of him after. And
dude, did you see the corner? Did you see that pile driver?
Yes. Like, that kind of seems like a written off for MJF. Like, I don't know if it got you thinking that, but it seems like he got written off.
Oh, absolutely. And, bro, what do you think about the Young Bucks versus the Blackpool Combat Club?
Fine little match. I knew the Young Bucks were retained, truthfully. So, honestly, it really wasn't much to me. Like, good little match, but I knew they would retain.
I agree, but I still thought it was really fucking solid. And before I knew what we know now, I was rooting for the Blackpool Combat Club to take those tag titles, be the tag and trios champions. But
I'm glad the Bucks retain though, because it's gonna be the young vets that are gonna take those titles. I truly believe.
Now, I'll be honest with you, bro. A match that I did not care for on this card was the Fatal 4-Way Continental title match. And I truly think that Okada versus Takeshita would have been a much better alternative than a Fatal 4-Way. Not shitting on Briscoe or Cassidy, but I truly think this match just didn't have any build to it to make me give a fuck.
And we knew they weren't going to win, Orange or Briscoe. The only one that had a chance was Takeshita, but I do believe they're saving that for Wrestle Dream. Takeshita Okada, oh my gosh, take my money.
Now,
take my money.
Yes, sir. Now, a match I got to talk about, all right, that to me is just the once again, bro, when you think greatness in women's wrestling, there's only one woman that can truly come to mind. CEO, CEO, CEO. And, bro, Mercedes Moné versus Hikaru Shida for the TBS Championship, bro. This match was actually really badass, bro. It's not the best thing on the show by far, but for it being a normal one-on-one match without looking like anyone was going to die throughout the bout, it was pretty fucking solid. Like, this was the most normal wrestling match on the entire card, but even then, it still fucking delivered, and that cannot be taken away from either of these women.
I'm just glad that Shida shined on it because I knew she wasn't going to win. There was just no chance that she was going to beat Mercedes, but she looked good in the match. And my only thing is Mercedes has to change that freaking finisher she has. I'm not a fan of it.
True, it could be better, but
it just doesn't look impactful to me.
Well, I mean, bro, remember John Cena's lightning fist?
Yeah, true. Never mind.
And
it's better than that, I guess.
Now, the final sanctioned match of the night, we saw Danielson defend the world title against Jack Perry,
the most hated man in Chicago, because they were chanting, "Fuck
you, Jack! Fuck you, Jack! Fuck you, Jack!"
I told you, I knew the story because it was too fast. It's only 2 weeks of build, so you can't really get something with that. But the match I knew would deliver because it's against Bryan. Who can't really have a good match with Bryan?
That's true. And, bro, how about Bryan coming down to, it's the final countdown?
I'm sad I didn't get to actually hear that because...
Oh, I did. It was fucking great. And that crowd was loud as fuck.
It's
for
final countdown. What is Chicago? They have to be loud.
Now, how about Jack Perry was quick to take his ass down in the beginning of the match, fucking slapping Danielson in the back of the head. And, you know, like, bro, this is where Jack Perry, once again, it's the little things he does that makes him such a great heel. I will say this, but he's still a major fucking prick, bro. But
the Young Bucks tried helping him. Couldn't do it.
The Young Bucks tried to help him, and they couldn't do it. We seen the Blackpool Combat Club to originally come out to help Danielson, and then now shout out to Perry here. Perry even tried to do Bryan's kick with the yes.
And then he gets kicked anyways. I loved that.
And, bro, and it was Bryan stomping his fucking head in was great. And Bryan would end up getting the getting the win. But this is where
it gets tricky.
The patriarchy comes out. And
Luchasaurus first. He attacked.
Kill Switch. No, let's talk about this first. Kill Switch looking at Jack Perry. Like, bro, these two men don't even recognize each other because they don't even recognize themselves anymore.
They're
5
both bad
years
guys.
What started in AEW as Jurassic Express. Now they became two different monsters. And so that little stare down in between was nice. But Kill Switch would end up taking out Bryan, and Christian was going to come down to cash in. And then that's when the Blackpool Combat Club stopped it and made the patriarchy go away. And then you think that they're coming to celebrate with Bryan.
I knew it.
Bryan's holding the championship up. And then that's when Claudioli, uppercut.
No, Moxley gave him a hug and that was the hug of death. Because right after he turns around, they put his hands up, boom. And I mean, like, holy shit, how hard this man hit Brian. Like, this dude went boom.
Moxley put a plastic bag over Danielson's head to suffocate him. The crowd's chanting, "This is murder." Wheeler Yuta is crying while being held back. And, bro, the doctors attended everyone, but Yuta left, bro. Like, Yuta looked heartbroken, man, and that's what sold this whole thing. He is legitimately crying as they are suffocating Daniel Bryan.
Like, Pac is holding him back, like, no, man, it's good. And he's like, no, he's my mentor.
He's my puppy.
Why are you doing this?
And
it was great, though. I loved it.
This is the most important match of the night, in my honest opinion.
How do we talk about
it? Bro, I don't know, because the story to this match and everything that's happened thus far, like, I will say this, Hangman Adam Page, by the end of this match, when he's standing on the ramp, and he's like, yeah! And, bro, he's lost it.
I loved it.
Any touch of humanity that Hangman Adam Page once had is gone.
This man was tempting to walk back, and he's like, no. And then he gets on the stage. Ah!
Bro, and he was happy that he murdered him.
I don't blame him, bro, because Hangman is the victim here. Literally, Swerve walked into this man's house, took a picture, I think a shirt or something, and threw it on his son's little well, remember back like a year ago when he walked in his house and he
went to
like
his house and somehow his kid was left there by himself.
Yeah, and he dropped like a shirt on him or something in his crib, and that's when the dude was like, "What the fuck?" And then, bro, it went all crazy after that. Like, Hangman, I don't blame the man at all.
But when the steel cage is coming down, before it even comes down, they're trying to kill each other. Swerve is trying to let the cage fall on his throat.
Dude, they're both doing it. They both have each other sitting at the edge, and then like, do it, hit. I want the cell to hit him, and then freaking Prince Nana pushes them both in. Like, get in the ring. What are you doing? As they're like right here trying to freaking murder each other. Like,
bro,
it was great.
And then
the match starts.
The match starts, bro, and Hangman is just going tooth and nail. Like, I thought the punches were real in this match. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Cinder block was real. I'm gonna say that right now. The cinder block shit was not fake.
See, now I don't get it, because we've seen the cinder block. Look at Ambrose, Rollins, the curb stop for the cinder block. That was obviously a rigged one, but this cinder block, bro, it didn't break. In fact, when they take the dead eye, Swerve hits Hangman with the dead eye on the center block. They bounce off of it, and then Hangman power bombs Swerve directly on the fucking center block, and he doesn't. It doesn't break. He just bounces off of it.
Shit was wild, bro. Honestly, wild. This match, like, we haven't even got into the main parts, but give me 1 second. I just have to turn my AC back on.
Bet. And, and then that's before this match becomes a fucking bloody war that tested the pain tolerance of both performers. And they did so many violent things to each other in this match, bro.
The needle in his mouth.
Bro, that, I don't know why dude, I don't know if that was necessary. But not even a minute after he puts the needle in his mouth, bro. Fucking the loudest steel chair I've heard in years, bro. And it breaks over his fucking head. He gets knocked out, and the match ends by knockout because of the chair shot.
This was brutal, bro. This was bloody. This was like, I don't know what else to say. Like, this was everything I wanted, but I didn't expect the.
I'm going to say this. The one thing that I found the hardest to watch is them actually suffocating Brian. You got his real ass head in a little bag that Moxley's pulling on. He was legit being suffocated.
I think it was the needle part. I think that was just holy shit. I've never seen in wrestling them really like this dude dropped it in his freaking mouth and then like you said, wham with the chair. And the Swerve was laid out, bro. It was done. There was if he would have got up, I would have been pissed.
Statlander going cooch first in the thumbtacks,
oh
bro.
My gosh, where's Joey Styles at? Oh my god.
My God.
Like,
Man, bro, just this match was, I mean, this pay-per-view, bro. Once again, no one expected anything, bro, out of this pay-per-view. Nobody.
I didn't expect Moxley to beat the shit out of freaking Bryan. I'm going to be straight up. That had me going, what? I was shocked.
Bro, it's Wheeler Yuta for me that sells it all. He was crying. He looked helpless. He's like, oh,
that's my friend. That's my mentor. What are you doing, Yuta? Or what are you doing, Pat? Get out of my way.
Bro, but he sold it so well. And I will say this. It may have been a bit brutal for some folks. In fact, for some folks, this may have been too hard to watch. But AEW needed to do something big. Once again, this is a pay-per-view no one expected anything out of. And then
they were 2 weeks anyways.
Right, 2-week build. The build kind of sucked for what we did have, except Hangman and Swerve.
That shit was excellent.
Look at what they did. They got us talking. If this could be what AEW needed, all right? Listen to me on this. As crazy as all this shit is, this might be what AEW needed to boost their ratings going forward.
I just hope they continue the momentum, man, because they delivered a great pay-per-view. But you have to continue this shit on Wednesday. Don't just do something great and then...
And they didn't just deliver a great pay-per-view, bro. Remember, All In was only 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, they delivered a great pay-per-view. Like, it only had 8 matches.
2 pay-per-views in a month. And both pay-per-views delivered.
I'll give them that, bro. It was a really good show. Like, it honestly was. Other than, like I said, Okada I knew would retain. Mercedes, and then
I did want Willow to beat Chris Statlander, though. I was kind of sad that one didn't happen.
I'm glad with Stat winning. Stat had her in the chain too and choked her, bro. I'm like, what are we like? Holy shit,
bro!
Pac and Ospreay, I forgot about that. Holy crap!
You know the one thing I will say about this, what? AEW's women's matches are a lot better than WWE's women's matches.
I give the respect to these women, bro. They didn't have to do all that, especially after Pac and Ospreay. They were the next match following that. Think about that. Ospreay and Pac. Holy shit of a match. Like,
bro, that's a 5-star fucking banger. Joe, you talking about you consider yourself a technical wrestling fan?
This was
that match was it.
Yeah.
Bro, that match fucking delivered.
Think about that though. You go from that match to the next match, and that normally, after that, you're not going to get a good match. But then the women delivered in that street fight. They absolutely delivered right after that Ospreay Pac match.
I got to say, out of every match, the most props has to go to Mercedes and Hikaru Shida. Once again, no stipulations, just a normal championship match. And for what it was, I thought it delivered, considering everything else on the show was a fucking crime scene.
You should see the internet. Apparently, she's Mercedes Hogan.
Well, I mean, we just seen Sammy Hogan a month ago.
Wrestling fans, man. I'm going to take my hit, though, because I see you taking it. Then we'll get into NXT, but this show was crazy. I was literally on my feet random. Are you still taking a hit? Dang, Hangman versus Swerve was terrifying. I agree, Devin. That match, holy shit. It had moments.
You know, in the comments. Dude, That Hangman versus Swerve was terrifying. That was match of the year. And Logan James, I agree with you. And Devin, I agree with you. This match, this story, it literally changed both men's careers. Swerve is now a legit main eventer because of this story.
Does he go after the world title? Hangman?
Yes.
I give him the title against Bryan at Wrestle Dream because Swerve's going to take a while off, I feel.
And I thought I was going to throw up after that match ended. Oh, bro, I don't blame you. If you now, I grew up with ECW. I watched GCW. I don't have a weak stomach when it comes to wrestling. But even I thought at times, bro, especially with the needle, the chair shot, finding out the next day the cinder block is real.
Bro, they dropped this man on his side of his freaking ribs. Like
on a real cinder block.
I hope Hangman and Swerve took a big jab after this because they needed it. I know Swerve smokes, so I'm pretty positive he probably took a big old hit.
Oh, absolutely, bro. Like, I think once again, you look at what this story did for both guys. A year ago, Joe, Hangman's barely being booked. Swerve versus Keith Lee was the most going nowhere story in the company. And then now, both men feel like legitimate stars.
Honestly, like you said, bro, the best feud of AEW history. There's no feud better. No feud is better. These guys, like...
Because you want to know something? That's the truth.
What's up?
AEW has not had a match that's told a story like this since Dustin and Cody.
I agree. And this was so damn good. Like, honestly, this was a very, very good pay-per-view. And Pac and Ospreay, Willow and Stat in a Chicago street fight, MJF and Garcia, the main event, Bryan and Jack Perry.
I will just Bryan getting suffocated, man. That one legitimately, that one I found hard to watch. But even though like Bryan being suffocated, I thought was rough. Did you hear the chair shot?
Dude, I heard it. I heard it.
Boom! Joe, like that chair shot sounded like a shotgun went off. Like,
bro.
Like for copyright reasons, I'm not gonna show the footage, but you will be able to hear the chair shot, bro. And you just listen to this.
My gosh.
Bro,
that man must be getting paid a lot because he deserves it after getting hit like that.
And to me, it's just one of the most fucking crazy things I had ever seen. And I don't know, bro, how they could ever top that.
Do you think we're done with them? I don't think it's over. I just have a feeling it's never going to be over between these guys.
No, it'll never be over.
House up. You walked in his house and like walked near his kid. How's this going to end? The real question is, do I want it to end? No. Maybe take a few months, but continue this shit. I can see that hit's killing you, man. But yeah, honestly, like, Hangman and Swerve killed each other. They even had staplers in the match. Swerve was stapling pictures to Hangman on his freaking body, bro.
Did you know what the pictures were of?
It was, I think, of him and his kids.
Oh, shit. That's, dude.
Swerve is fucking, oh my God. I don't even know what to say, bro. I love this feud. I can sound like a mark. I don't give a shit.
And Joe, here's another one of that chair shot.
Gosh, man, that sounds...
That was recorded by a fan.
all the fans that got to see this, lucky you guys. Chicago, you guys showed up. Seriously.
So
Like,
let me ask you something. What do you think of chair shots to the head like that?
I'm not the biggest fan of them. Like, I think.
Like after Benoit, which is going to be mentioned in this Vince documentary on the 25th. Do you care for shit like that?
I wouldn't say it needs to be on, but like, I can accept it just for this match. But like, I wouldn't do that normally in every match. But this feud, I feel, kind of deserves it. Like, I'm not upset about it, but I wouldn't do it every time.
You're like, don't do it all the time, but if you're gonna do it, save it for a major moment.
Yeah, but just try to like I don't want him to actually get his head like smashed. But like if you're gonna I don't know. I'm fine with it personally. I just don't want to see Swerve dead or anything like that. So,
bro, I thought he legit got knocked the fuck out.
The match was over. There was no way you're counting on after that, bro. The thing was in his freaking mouth and then boom.
Dude, like, and the chair broke.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Through him, like literally, it was done. Ring the bell. Hangman needed it, and they got the main event, and I'm happy about that. I'm truly happy about that.
But bro, this is the best story AEW's ever told.
What's next though? Hangman and Bryan, or Mox and Bryan?
You have to. After a match like that, Hangman has shown he is the baddest man in the company. But at the same time, you just had Moxley betray Bryan.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know. Maybe we save Hangman for a little bit down the road. I do believe it's Mox. But this was a great pay-per-view, bro. I'm going to give this shit 4 out of 5.
Do you know what we're going to get because of this match? Claudio versus Bryan.
Oh.
And Moxley versus Bryan.
Take them both.
And let's say that Pac versus Bryan. And if Yuta somehow actually ends up sticking with the Blackpool Combat Club, Yuta versus Bryan.
Also, I forgot Ricochet was in a backstage segment with Will Ospreay, and they're getting that match ready, and I'm hyped for that, bro. Ospreay and Ricochet, holy shit!
I was sitting there like that one SpongeBob gif where he was hiding the blanket, and his eyes are just watching in fear.
Oh, bro, me too. Trust me.
Like I said, I thought he killed him.
I didn't know what we were about to see after. In the Texas death match, that shit was insane. And then you add the cage with uncensored rules, and then you got lights out, like, bro.
I was watching Swerve after the match, and after the match ended, Swerve wasn't breathing. Wait,
maybe
what?
he was selling it really well, or maybe I didn't hear nothing about.
I didn't hear nothing about him not breathing, but I will say, if he got concussed and knocked out from that bout, I would not be surprised, and that's why I did not like the chair shot.
That would be my reason not to do it. But if it makes sense, just don't kill the guy. But just, I don't know. It made sense to me.
Bro, that thing sounded like a gun going off.
Oh, it did. Bro,
Man, Hangman should do an Insane Asylum segment.
Ooh.
See it? Because, bro, think about this. The feud started off with Hangman defending his family. He was the good guy. And his house had got broken into. The people betrayed him. And then Swerve continued to only get at him. And then Swerve gets the AEW title. And now Swerve's the beloved guy. When that used to be Hangman. Remember Jericho versus Hangman? And now everybody wanted him to win? And then he's written off TV for a year. He got hung in his own match. The Texas Death Match. And then to burn down Swerve's house. And then absolutely murder him, bro. And then that scream at the end of the show where he's on the stage. He has completely lost it.
I love it, bro. Thank you, Swerve, for giving us the best Hangman we've ever seen. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, and with the chair shot, imagine Swerve pulled out an actual Glock.
Oh my. Bro, there was fans thinking it was going to get to that point, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
But that's how realistic this became, bro.
Yeah, dude, like, But now it's time to talk about some NXT 2016 Takeover Dallas, which is my favorite NXT of that time. Not, I wouldn't say like my favorite ever, but this has my favorite tag team match. The Revival versus American Alpha for the tag team championships. Bro, I see you dying over there. Holy Lord. You took a fat hit. He's still dying.
Oh, good Lord. Oh. And we're back. Oh. Oh.
Oh. You're killing me, Smalls.
I'm killing you, bro. Do you see me? I feel like I'm fucking dying over here.
I can
I'm just
tell,
trying
man.
to talk about some wrestling, and that dab done whip my ass, bro.
What did you think about the Revival versus the American Alpha for the tag team titles?
I'll be honest, I thought it was one of the greatest tag matches I'd ever seen in my life.
I agree, and I still think that today. After rewatching it, like, the
Like,
crowd made it great, too.
Joe, that crowd was loud as fuck for both the Revival and Chad Gable and Jason Jordan. But I didn't realize, bro, how over American Alpha was. Like, but bro, that place was loud as fuck.
They wanted some Gable, Gable.
Bro, and I don't. How did they go from being that damn good to when I seen them on the main roster sucking ass?
Because Vince runs it. Vince runs the main roster, and Triple H was doing this.
Because I'll be honest, I never seen this match until today.
Bro, I watched this live. WrestleMania 32 weekend. Luckily, it saved my life because I had to watch that garbage show the next night.
Do you remember Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose?
No, I don't want to remember. I do remember it, but I don't want to.
Do you remember Triple H versus? Ooh!
No, but I remember some great tag team wrestling the night before, and that was this match, the best match ever to my knowledge, still the best match today. Honestly, the American Alpha and the Revival, bro, that their chemistry was just great. This was excellent,
bro. You got
5 stars.
Absolutely, and
new champs too. My boys win.
Back and forth technical wrestling, Joe. And this one, the Revival kept slowing down the pace, locks and locks for holds, and they kept but it's the strength Chad Gable that surprises me. Fucking suplexing them both, suplexing fucking Dax halfway across the fucking ring almost with the German. And bro, like, he was really fucking good. And you know what I think was a missed opportunity looking at that?
What's up?
They almost remind me of Shelton and Charlie Haas.
And I see it. I totally see it.
They could have had Kurt as the manager.
That's what should have happened, bro. I love their finishing move when Jason throws him up and then Jordan catches him and then freaking drops him for the pin. 1, 2, 3. I don't know exactly what they called it, but that was a great ending.
They won the NXT tag titles and that place erupted, brother.
And I erupted at 2016. I was 17. A 17-year-old me going crazy for American Alpha to start the show, the first
But
match.
Do you want to? Can I tell you my one criticism about this match, though?
What's up?
It's that the action kind of broke down in the middle, and it caused a few botch spots in the middle of the match.
The crowd was chanting that Botcha Mania.
Like, bro, it was bad. It wasn't even like one or two moves.
It was from the Revival too, I think. They kept botching.
But the finish was really good, though, and I think it was one of those things to where the American Alpha, bro, they showed that they were that damn good.
Yeah, and then we get into Baron Corbin versus Austin Aries, which I totally forgot this match even existed.
I didn't really care for it.
Me either. I passed it. It was a roll-up match. Austin won. That's all. I didn't care.
But now this next match, Joe, this next match might be one of the best matches I've ever seen in NXT history. Sami Zayn versus the debuting Shinsuke Nakamura.
Your thoughts, bro. I want your thoughts.
Bro, I knew Shinsuke Nakamura when he first came into into WWE, had a lot of momentum coming off leaving New Japan. He was basically considered a god over there, and when he debuted, it was that same kind of love because that arena fucking exploded for the King of Strong Style, and man, Sami Zayn at this time was like NXT's Daniel Bryan. That's the
Thank
best
you.
way I can put
Thank
that.
you.
And even he did not get the reaction, bro, that Shinsuke got. And fucking Shinsuke, I don't know how to explain this, Joe. I feel like Shinsuke has great matches with certain people, but then others he does not really correlate well with.
Yeah.
I think this is one of those times where Nakamura was with someone he had great chemistry in the ring with. Because starting off, bro, at a very fast pace, not even 2 minutes into the match, you get a Michinoku driver by Shinsuke Nakamura. He was electric, bro, and he was smooth like butter in the fucking ring. And then just planting Sammy on his head, bro. It's that kind of pop just right there in the beginning. And you're listening to the crowd and every fucking thing that he's doing, they're erupting to. Like, I knew Shinsuke was good. I did not know at one time he was this great.
Bro, his entrance music was so over with that audience. They were just singing.
But, bro, and then while they're fucking hitting each other back and forth, the crowd breaks out in a fucking yes chant.
Yeah, I heard that. I don't.
And
I don't know if they were just going wild for the match or like Daniel
Did
Bryan
you see?
wasn't in the.
And bro, fucking Sammy busted Nakamura's nose open though in the shots.
Yeah, he also tried to dive through the freaking second rope, and then
Mm-hmm.
Nakamura
planted his
him,
ass
bro.
with a boot, bro.
Dude.
And then it's that fucking what's his move called?
Oh, you're talking about
Kinshasa.
Oh yeah.
Kinshasa.
He also did the blue power bomb to Nakamura in the match too, which looked absolutely clean.
True, but I'm surprised, bro, that he wasn't able to get that Halua kick in. And
it's
because,
Shinsuke.
But bro, Shinsuke floored his ass. But when the crowd is chanting "Fight Forever," bro, because they're delivering such a fucking banger, Nakamura proved he was a star, and it's kind of sad, bro. Now thinking about it, how not even his debut, I guess. You remember that backlash he faced Ziggler at where they had that terrible ass match?
Yeah, I try to forget some matches.
See, here's my thing. How can you have a great match with Sami Zayn like this, but then shit to bed against Ziggler?
I have no idea, to be honest.
And
the crowd though as well, like they were going crazy after Shinsuke wins and hits him with his finisher. They shook hands and the crowd's just chanting, "Thank you,
Sammy,"
because we all knew at this time he was out. He was already in the ladder match the next night.
How come NXT don't do that no more? Where when the guy is about to go up to Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown, there's this love and celebration from the audience. Triple H giving them the handshake and shit.
I'm telling you, bro, Black and Gold was a different era. It was a different time. If they would have actually had
this felt like a real wrestling show.
What?
This felt like an actual, not like sports entertainment, but this felt like an actual professional wrestling event, bro.
Yeah, and it's just, I feel like if they would have actually let the wrestlers get drafted to the shows and been good back then in 2017, and if Vince didn't screw it all up, everything would still happen. But he fucked it all up.
And even the women's match, this is where Asuka won the NXT Women's Championship against Bayley. And, bro, Stephanie McMahon was shown in the crowd watching this.
Bobby Roode was there.
And, bro, and that's where we were gonna get the debut of Gloria.
Yes, I missed that theme song, bro. I watch over NXT and I'm like, I should have cherished these days. I really should have because they're gone and I miss them.
But bro, Asuka versus Bailey was really fucking good, bro. And I gotta say, as good as Bailey is, I don't know how to explain this to you. Asuka was untouchable. Like, to
I
me,
agree.
I thought she had to have been, like, bro, watching this today, I can sit here and tell you Asuka's the greatest women's wrestler of all time.
I'm not gonna disagree. Like Asuka in NXT was the greatest thing, bro. She had
Like,
the longest title reign, and it all began this show.
and like, I want you to understand that took words out of my mouth because I've never seen anything like this. I'm not used to WWE giving women this kind of opportunity to deliver a banger. Like, I would say the closest thing to this I've ever seen is probably Rhea versus Charlotte, WrestleMania 39. But this was still better.
Brother, you
And
gotta
this is
watch
on
more
NXT, bro.
You gotta watch more NXT takeovers.
Well,
I'm telling you.
You know how they would always say on Raw that NXT is the developmental?
Yeah, well, you know
That's
what?
why I never watched it.
It didn't matter what they said because their shit at that time was awful. The main
bro,
roster was awful at that time.
I'm just telling you, that's why I never watched it, because I was like, why the fuck am I going to watch a bunch of rookies?
I used to tell you to watch it, though. I remember back then telling you, come on, bro, watch NXT. And you were like, no, no, no.
It's not good.
And then, dude, I remember all this stuff actually live. Even that KO turning on Sammy, I was watching it live. That was my first since when they were on the freaking the TV show they used to do with NXT. I didn't watch it up until then, but then that 2014 Sammy when he won the title, that was the first one I seen in like a year and a half, and I was glued ever since then. From that moment.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. It wasn't until 2019 when I got into NXT and the Undisputed Era was there. Johnny Gargano, Ciampa, that's how I remember NXT.
You missed such great shit. That's all I'm gonna say, man. You missed probably the best 6 years of wrestling.
Bailey, Asuka, Finn Balor, all that shit. I didn't see it.
Balor and Joe. Live. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Balor and Joe was kind of disappointing to me.
It was not the greatest thing I've seen on the show. Like, honestly, bro, the tag match should have been the main event instead because it was a lot better.
I'm fine with Balor retaining. I just hated that it was a roll up. Like, you're going to end your main event with a stupid roll-up. He
should have just hit him with coup de grace.
Yeah, but the match just wasn't the greatest. They kept ending it because of, like, the referee kept saying, he can't go. Then the crowd's booing. Then they're grabbing Joe, saying, are you good? And then he gets back in the ring. Then they grab Balor, saying, are you good? And I'm just like, Like, it wasn't horrible, but it was just like, damn.
It could have been better, and I agree with that. I do know. Now, this is a match I have seen. They had a steel cage match that was a lot better.
Yes. I believe that's the next one, the next takeover. Which, that one actually was a lot better than this one.
And which
it's a cage match.
I would like to talk about that one when, next Sunday, bro, because that's a damn good NXT takeover.
I bet, because that actually was the new beginning of NXT, because they even showed a clip of it. Bray Wyatt was on it saying this is the past, and now we're going to the Balors and the Joes and the Baileys and the Asukas and all them. So I really enjoyed that one.
Now, Joe, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Why did Bailey stay in NXT longer than Sasha, Becky, and Charlotte?
I have no idea, but she was the last one to win the title, so it kind of seems that's the reason. But I would have had her up with Charlotte and Becky and Sasha. Because somebody needed to be NXT, and it was her.
I mean, I suppose, but I felt like Asuka, especially after their match, was the heart and soul of NXT for the women's division. Like, she, to me, bro, I'll sit here and say, greatest women's wrestler I think I've ever seen.
Bailey would actually stay with this with NXT until like a couple months later. I think it was SummerSlam. After SummerSlam, she showed up with Charlotte, because I think Charlotte was in the ring, and then Mick Foley announces someone, and it was Bayley. So I believe this was after SummerSlam 2016, which means Bayley stayed. She lost to Asuka that takeover Dallas, which was April, and then she lost again at the next one, and then I think she competed at the. Was she at the last takeover for Brooklyn? I think she was there, because then the next night she would be drafted to Raw. I have to go back and watch this. Yeah, I think that. I don't know. I might have to go back and watch.
Now, I will say this Balor entrance, though, with the chainsaw, that was pretty fucking cool.
Love the Demon.
Bro, the Demon was fucking badass on NXT. I don't know how we got the Demon in NXT to the Demon that had the seizure against Roman.
Oh my gosh. Like I said, bro, I try to forget some matches. That one is for sure on the list.
Bro, you remember when he got up and they're playing music and the lights went red? He gets up on the top turnbuckle. Everybody thinks he's about to win the title. And then the buckle breaks. And then Roman hits the spear. He points to God and says, "Thank you, Lord."
Gosh, it was so bad, bro. I didn't go live that night. You wanted to, and I was like, nope.
Yeah, bro, because I was happy that Roman won.
I bet you were, bro. If Balor would have lost in a better way, fine. But this dude, no.
His dick was too heavy, and he flopped off the top rope.
Oh, my gosh. I can't believe that happened. Some of this shit they booked. No
bro,
wonder people
I gotta say, the Vince McMahon era was kind of funny as fuck, bro.
It was bad. It was bad.
Like, here, I'll give you a great story, all right? This is Monday Night Raw. It's the night that they brought back Jeff Hardy's No More Words, and the Karrion Kross debuted. The match was supposed to be 10 to 15 minutes, and Jeff was going to win, but Kross was going to end up looking really good because he was going to go 15 minutes with Jeff. The match got cut to 2 minutes.
In the ring. Like, Jeff gets this told in the ring.
And he jobs out fucking Karrion Kross. And then the next night, bro, because this is when they were on the USA Network, Hardy.
So that's the end of that. Like I said, there's things I try. Remember when he had the helmet?
Yeah, bro, and he wore the bondage straps.
To anyone that says that era of WWE was good, you're freaking
remember
idiots.
Bearcat?
Oh my gosh, Brandon, I don't want to remember this.
What about Shorty G?
For sure, I don't want to. I know for sure you remember me telling you that.
What about Ezekiel?
I know for sure you remember that as well.
Oh yes, sir. It was one of my favorite times. I loved Ezekiel.
I was hoping Elias would turn around and hit his twin brother.
What? That's bullshit.
Because no thanks. No thank you. Horrible crap.
Ezekiel was a lot better than Elias. Let's admit it.
Elias was so over. They had the moment to put the IC title at Money in the Bank 2018 with Rollins and him, and Rollins beats him with a fruit roll-up.
1, 2, 3.
Why?
Walk with Elias.
I know, I used to. He was
so
over,
remember
bro.
when he got in the car wreck with Jeff?
Bro, he's the only wrestler to get the crowd to call themselves scumbags. Remember that?
Yeah.
On the Raw after Mania, when he's like, oh, I know you guys are, but
wait, no, MJF, bro.
Well, I know, but before MJF.
Oh yeah, no, he was.
It was Elias, bro. He was like, he even agreed. He was like, yeah, you guys are, but keep singing.
You little scummy pieces of trash.
Oh, I love it.
But now, I will say this: both NXT Takeover Dallas and AEW's All Out 2024, they have one thing in common: they were bangers,
and the crowds were hot. Red
bro.
hot.
I would honestly give both shows 4 out of 5. And honestly, AEW, they could capitalize off a lot of momentum coming off this pay-per-view. And it's just, what do they do next?
Yeah, but honestly, if I'm being straight up, the Hangman Swerve main event made that Balor Joe match look like shit.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
those
Bro,
two guys went to war, bro.
I want
They
to
went
say
to
this.
war.
Osprey versus Pac made that match look like shit.
Freaking Willow and Statlander, bro. I can't get over that match. These two women deserve a lot. Like, Mercedes versus Statlander, please. Please.
Dude.
After that
That
match,
would be so
geez.
fucking good.
Did you see Mariah May beat up Sky Blue on the pre-show? I don't know if you've seen that, but
I did not. No.
She beat up Sky Blue because Sky's from Chicago. She came out with her crutches,
So
and
Sky's turning babyface.
which kind of weird to me because she was healed for the longest time, but it is what it is. But we know Mariah's gonna beat Sky. But Mariah pushed her, bro. Literally, Sky went. The way I'm sorry, it was bad though in a way. Like the way she fell was so awkward.
Are we going to be getting Mariah May versus Sky Blue for the AEW Women's Championship?
I'll take it, but Mariah's gonna obviously win. Sky Blue ain't gonna win that. Maybe in a couple years when she's more built up, but
bro, Sky Blue was putting on some great work until she got injured.
She was.
I honestly think she should have got a championship opportunity.
I would have kept her heel, honestly.
I don't think I would have because, bro, you remember how she broke her leg and we could all hear it on TV?
Yeah.
I remember watching it and I heard the pop. Like, bro, I don't think you could boo her after that. I really don't.
I can't wait for Julia Hart to return. That's the woman you got to keep heel. Don't turn her face.
But that also means we got to have the House of Black booked on TV.
I'm not really trying to talk about House of Black. The people they're feuding with. I turned off Collision on Saturday.
Now,
I
bro,
got up to Orange and I turned it off.
Here's the thing, and this is what AEW has to stop doing. We can't have the pay-per-views be bangers and then Collision be unwatchable.
In Dynamite, like you have to deliver, bro. Moxley just put this man in a freaking plastic bag.
Do you know what's funny? In 2019, Daniel Bryan, I hate plastic when he was the People's Champion. Now he's suffocated with a plastic bag.
He waited for that. Like they gotta deliver something, bro. With that, seriously.
I want to know why do you think he turned on him?
I don't know. I'm still like kind of like think about it because Yuta, Claudio, and Pac are the champions. Two of those guys are heels now. Yuta's a face.
Yep.
Is he gonna turn or is he gonna like? I don't know. I think he's gonna turn.
I think he would turn, but bro, and I think I have my reason why. When the Blackpool Combat Club started, who was the world champion?
Moxley.
And who had a match that was super shitty with a guy he didn't like?
Moxley. And
then he lost his title to a scumbag in his mind. And then Bryan, a year later, is holding the championship.
Did you say in his mind?
Yeah.
Are you talking about CM Punk?
Yeah, he hates CM Punk.
I know, I've seen that. He even said Jack Perry. He was like, I don't care what anyone says. I like you, kid.
No, he quoted CM Punk when he says, if you got a problem with Jack Perry, maybe you're the problem.
That's hilarious. I respect and love Mox. You know what? I love respect Punk too. I don't care. I'm a fan.
But Joe,
I respect them both.
Here's the deal, though. I think Moxley turned heel because he wants the title that he feels should be his.
Maybe Darby's in all this too, because Darby's the next opponent for Bryan at Grand Slam.
Joe, how are we going to do this? You got 4 title opportunities essentially right now. All right, because Hangman coming off the match with Swerve. You got Jon Moxley. You got Darby Allin. And you got Christian Cage with the contract.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of going on. I agree. I think Darby has a chance of beating Bryan and joining them.
And do you think this is Tony Khan's problem sometimes? I just told you 4 storylines going with one guy.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a problem. Like it is in a way, but he's got something. Like
I mean, the one thing that I can say is this: it can go any direction.
I think Darby wins that title and turns heel. I know it might sound crazy, but I never thought
Why?
Bryan would turn heel, and he did in
But
2019.
then AEW doesn't have a lot of top baby faces. Then think about it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just feel like Darby's getting called out by Moxley. Neither he's gonna turn on Mox and beat up him, or he's gonna join him. And maybe that's why he wants to talk to him. I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas. It might not even happen.
I mean, if it did though, that'd be badass.
A heel
But
Darby?
the last thing I want to talk about, Joe, Friday. We already have a new logo, and it looks a lot like the classic logo, just without the exclamation point. And but there's rumors right now that they could be bringing back the SmackDown fist, brother, from your childhood.
From your childhood, too.
Yes, sir. And
Please.
Joe,
Please.
how would you feel if you tuned on if you turned on SmackDown next Friday on USA Network and you seen the fist?
I would get emotional, man, honestly. Like that was my childhood. Even the theme song. They need to change their music back to like something good. Cause
Joe, and that's
season
where
premiere time, bro. It's the perfect time.
Triple H is a fan of rock music, and so you would
Bring it
think that
back.
he'd bring that back.
Cause that's perfect. Even do the old intro they used to do when it shows the freaking people on the screen, but do it updated with the superstars today. It would
Oh,
work,
dude.
bro. Plus the fist. Oh my gosh. Please, Triple H, man, if you're ever watching us,
Because
please,
do you like the
please.
boring ass stages that we have right now?
No, they're so lame, bro. I need stage sets to mean something again. At pay-per-views, everything. And that goes for TNA and AEW and anything else.
I now
Make your stage sets unique.
I agree. One thing I miss about the old WWE before the PG era was that each pay per view felt unique and the stage sets were different. Obviously, they do it for WrestleMania, but that's because it's WrestleMania. But bro, they got to bring back that shit. And Huggy Bear, I agree with you. Jim Johnson was the man that made Triple H's theme song with Motorhead. He wrote the lyrics for Line in the Sand. You look at a lot of bangers that Jim Johnson produced, bro. His music made stars because this lame ass music that they have now, it's generic as hell and nobody really feels like a star.
And I
And
don't recognize people. I'm like, who's coming out?
like, bro, like when you hear dun 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 dun, dun you suck,
I know it's Kurt Angle.
or ooh ooh Sean, I think I'm cute. You know I'm saying. Like, bro,
Shawn Michaels.
it's
I had to
like
think for a second.
you know who it is when that music plays.
Can you
Bro.
smell?
What the Rock is cooking? Dun, dun,
Boom.
dun. Time to play the game.
Boom.
Dun, dun, dun.
Boom.
Like, bro, it's that kind of shit, bro. Like, the music used to be unique as hell, and that's what we need back.
That also goes for Monday Night Raw too tomorrow night. They have to bring back stage sets and stuff like that. You got the season premiere, bro. You want to make it
So,
special.
here's the
Change
deal.
the music.
Raw, to me, should keep the generic ass stage set. And I'm going to tell you why. Because January, the Netflix deal. That's why I would wait to change up Raw. SmackDown is just moving from Fox to the USA Network. Raw's in the same place. So SmackDown is the one that needs to change. But until the Netflix deal, Joe, I would keep Raw the same because when that Netflix deal happens, like, yeah, we're going to get less PG. Where the wrestlers are going to be able to do a little bit more than what they can do right now. We won't have to blurt out holy shit chants. But they also need something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully they make both shows this week special because it's the season premiere. You got to do something big, bro. Like, this is your big shows of the week. Do great stuff with both shows. Don't make one good and the other boring. Both needs to be good.
Now, Joe, necessarily for the first time, and I want to say this about All Out, for the first time in about 5 years, AEW felt like an alternative. And, WWE is a clean product, in which I got to admit, it kind of makes WWE a little bit better that they can produce great pay per views with just clean wrestling.
But they still do blood at times. It's just
At
not like
times,
AEW.
it's just not that brutality. But AEW said they want to be an alternative.
They're alternative now.
For the first time since 2019, Joe, they felt like an alternative. And because it was brutal, it was shocking. There were things done in that pay per view that I don't think we've ever seen done in professional wrestling. And kudos to Tony Khan. Kudos to AEW. You've been listening, and I'm proud of you. And this
Felt
is
like I
all
was
we
watching a
want.
horror movie.
And this is all we wanted, bro, was AEW to shake things up. And this is the momentum you have riding into Wednesday. Don't fuck it up.
I felt like I was watching a horror movie during the main event. I'm not even gonna lie.
No, I agree. I agree.
Like,
I thought they were legit gonna kill each other by the end of the night.
all you guys, everyone that worked last night, great job. Excellent show, especially the women. Like both matches, like I loved it, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, brother.
We could be positive and negative. This is the positive time because this was excellent.
Bro, great wrestling always brings out positivity.
Just
Yeah.
continue it Wednesday. That's all we're saying. Continue it Wednesday. Book good stories and wrestling, obviously, and we'll be in.
Do you got anything else, JoJo?
I'm excited for Raw tomorrow. It should be a great show. That's about it. How about you, brother?
I'm excited for the season premiere. I think the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to tomorrow is going to be the Wyatt Six.
Yes.
I think they got an 8-man tag or something going on.
Street fight.
That's going to be fun, and so
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. And man, thank you AEW, bro, for the first time, like I said, since 2019, being the alternative that we wanted. For the first time, it felt like they had it together. And I'm not saying I was a fan of every single thing done on this show. I was not. But it was the message they were trying to send, and that was that they needed something big. They needed a shakeup because they were dying. But this got the people talking. This got people going, what the fuck did we just see? That's what you need.
Yep. I just heard thunder. I don't know if you heard that, but that was loud.
I did, Joe. I'm surprised your lights didn't flicker. And
You heard that?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, my cat heard that too. He's looking right at the wall. He's like, "What is that?"
It's thunder, buddy.
Yeah, man.
But Joe, you got one more hit left inside you, brother.
Yes, sir. Do it for the people.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, you know those hits when you have to run out of the room? That was me. But in all seriousness, hoping Raw is good tomorrow. Season premiere. Don't let me down, Trips, for Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah. Joe, that hit got my vision blurry.
I'm sweating.
Woo! Yeah, bro. Sometimes them dabs will kick your ass.
Yes, sir.
But with that said, please leave a like, comment, subscribe.